Hi everybody. Today we have a light bulb from iZoom, a remote controlled rechargeable light bulb. It's supposedly good in emergencies. It'll work as a flashlight, 250 lumen. It's an example, so you can carry it around like a normal light bulb or a flashlight, or use it like a light bulb. Got it at Ollie's. I think it was about $7. It has an RF remote. So I was going to do a quick teardown on it, but I figure I'll do it as a video instead, being that I kind of have to, because when I was looking at it myself, I pulled the top off and ripped a wire out. So we'll go over everything first, and then we'll look inside and see what I did, and we'll fix it. So you can see it comes with a remote. It's just a normal 2-button remote. It has a switch right there for, you flip to DC to use it like a flashlight, and AC if you need to screw it in. It works both ways, but that's so you can actually use it like a flashlight without using the remote. But the remote works in both instances. So let's see, then we have a instruction manual here. Oh, and that really tells you exactly what I said. Okay, if the bulb is in a light socket with that's set in emergency mode, which is an AC, then that will work as an emergency light. So if your power goes out, you can still have light. So that's kind of cool. One of the reasons I got this. Trying to fix the white balance, or maybe it's the exposure. Let's see. Let's try that. Alright. So, the light itself is pretty straightforward. It just has a normal E26 end. They're using a bunch of relatively large straw hat LEDs. Those are probably 7mm maybe. And there's a plastic covering on the lens here that'll take off in a bit. But the way it comes apart is just with a slight turn. There's a notch right there. And when I went to take it out, I pulled it a little fast, and it ripped that wire off the positive lead there. You can see how these are wired. They're just in parallel, and then there's the remote receiver for the infrared remote. So we're going to need to put that back on somewhere. I guess I'll just grab that LED pad there, so then it's just how it was. Then we can see there's a battery pack in here, right there. Let me solder this back on first, and I'll demonstrate how it all works, and then we'll continue taking it apart. Let's see. Soldering iron's almost warm enough. There we go. So I add a little fresh solder here. And then we can get our problem wire that I broke. There we are. Get that bad pad off it. And I'll just solder that right down here. So it'll be right next to where it was. Alright. So let's put the top back on for a moment. There you are. So this is how it comes out of the box, like that. And it's pretty bright. We have the remote. Dim, off, on, dim, off. So it must use a common chip. Interestingly, A or B does the same thing. Doesn't matter. And in AC mode, right now it thinks the power's out because it's not screwed in. But the remote still works. If I were to screw this into a lamp, you would see how that works. If I, oh, I guess I could use this one. Alright. So this is a desk lamp I cobbled together using a cookie tin. It actually works really well, which is why I still use it. So there we go. You can see the charge light is on. It means the power's on from the lamp. We'll turn it on. I guess I'm supposed to leave it on? No. Because this is the power light switched off. So it's not really an emergency light. Because I would expect it to light up when you turn the lamp on and to stay on when you turn the lamp off if it's an emergency light. But it's just more of a battery powered LED rechargeable flashlight that can go in a lamp that's remote control. So maybe for an outdoor light, not even that wouldn't work. It's just a neat little gadget, really. So let's take it apart. Let's see what's going on in here. Let's fix the exposure. And we'll turn it down a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Alright. So like I did before, just a little turn. And then carefully we'll pull that out. There we are. And I want to see what kind of battery pack they're using. Cursory glance makes me think there are some 18650s in here. Let's see if it's about the size. Not for, well, maybe. I don't know. So let's take this out. Phillips head. Smaller Phillips head at that. Here, I'll zoom in a little. So it looks like there's two batteries, just by the shape of what I assume is the battery pack under this. Maybe they're that other, oh, I forget, the shorter version. Or it might just be some of the flat types. Guess we'll find out in a moment. Maybe they're not lithium at all. There's the cover. And this is the battery pack. Wow. I have never seen one that looks like that. It's pretty heavy. Goes down to that controller. Does this just pull out now? Where's that? Oh no, it's got one screw. Wow. Something tells me this housing is for something else. And it's just being used for this. Alright, so there's the main board. Definitely nothing fancy. Capacitive dropper, bridge rectifier, 100 mic, 25 volt. A Zener diode probably drops it to 5 volts, and then an unknown chip. A chip with no markings on the top. It might be marked on the bottom, but that's obviously the controller. And some transistors to switch things on and off. Let's see, so positive. Let's see. Let me see if I can figure out how this circuit works. Yeah. There it goes. Yeah, it's a lead acid battery. That's pretty cool. least I think it's cool. Let's see what voltage it is. Oops. 4.2. So I probably could use a lithium battery. It doesn't look like there's a lithium charger circuit in there. Looks like it purely charges off the rectifier, which means a lithium battery probably wouldn't be too happy. Alright, I did get it all wired back up. I was right, that wire did go there. I figured while we had it apart, let's play with it off the power supply and see how much voltage it's drawing. I have the power supply set at 4.2 volts. And let's flip the switch to, let's see, DC is this way. Yep, nice and bright. Dim, off. Alright, so 4.2 volts with it off, it's obviously drawing nothing. So in bright mode, it's drawing about 730 milliamps. In not so bright mode, it's 135, 140 milliamps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're running about 20 milliamps a piece. In low mode, well, no, that's not right. Let's see what the actual output to the LED is, and then we can see if we can figure that out. Alright, so the output to the LED is here and here. So we're getting 2.7. And then let's see, we need that positive, but not this negative, so we will measure through there. Alright, let's see. And let's turn it on. Alright, now let's try it. We have a balloon fuse. On DC. Must have a blown fuse. Let's try amps. I'm gonna have to check the fuse. DC. This is not going to give us a very good reading, I don't think. So about 700, like I said, 700 milliamps. It's not too bad. And then that was 2.7 volts, so yeah. So in high mode, they're running about 100 milliamps. And then in low mode, they're running about 20. So that's pretty cool. Yep. Alright, let me solder that back on. And then we can start putting it back together after I replace the battery wires. There we go. And, of course, move our probe lead back. So, let's get some wire for the battery. Oops. Let's get that more snug. There we are. Connected. Let's get our light housing. Maybe that'll help stabilize it a little. So I guess we'll do the board first, and then reconnect the wires, and then we'll put the switch back in. So let's get the screw for the board first. And I'm just going to push those wires out of the way as I lay the board in. Oops. Lay the board in, and we'll put that screw back in. Alright, so that keeps the board from going anywhere. Then the switch. Still not hooking up the wires yet to get the I want to get the switch in place. Put our sticker back on. Leave it on off. Alright, now I'm going to put the power leads back on. Alright, so those are back in, and now we just have to reattach the battery. Alright, that's negative. And that's going to be positive. Add a little bit of fresh solder to both areas. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to add some tape just to protect those connections. All right. Let's put the LED back on. Alright, DC and just see if it comes on. Yep. Alright, so then just have to set our battery down in there. I was surprised that this wasn't lithium. Guess I shouldn't be though. It seems like they shove them in everything. But that also means this will probably be pretty durable. Alright, then I'm just going to twist these so they bundle up on each other, or bunch up on each other, and then line up the side tabs, push it together, click. Alright, so there we go. That's the inside of an iZoom infrared controlled flashlight rechargeable light bulb thing. If you have any comments, leave them below, questions as well. And yeah, thank you for watching.